Good morning, and welcome to the Leap Podcast, your concise, level-headed crypto market update from Leap Digital Investments. I'm Patrick Penn. The past week has been the most severe drawdown since the FTX collapse in November 2022. The Fear and Greed Index briefly fell to 9, a reading lower than during the FTX event itself. Billions in leveraged positions were liquidated and retail sentiment collapsed into widespread capitulation. Let's sleep in. Bitcoin, $87,445, up 1.65%. Market capitulation is at 1.75 trillion. The sell-off briefly pushed BTC below $81,000, a level last seen in March 2025. The primary near-term overhang remains the potential removal of MicroStrategy from Morgan Stanley indices at the January 2026 rebalance. Passive funds tracking those indices could be forced to sell an estimated 3 to 11 billion of MSTR shares, creating indirect pressure on Bitcoin. That said, MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor has repeatedly stated that the company's strategy requires only an approximate 1% annualized Bitcoin appreciation for long-term sustainability, a threshold that historical data suggests is achievable. Counterbalancing factors are now accelerating. The Federal Reserve concludes its balance sheet reduction or quantitative tightening on the 1st of December, ending the most restrictive liquidity conditions in this cycle. Wallets holding more than 10,000 BTC have reached a 5-month high, and BlackRock added another 219 million of spot Bitcoin exposure immediately ahead of the most recent reporting period. Key technical zone 81 to 85,000 now acts as primary support for Bitcoin. A weekly close above 100,000 would invalidate the current bearish narrative and likely trigger a rapid sentiment reversal. Ethereum, currently $2,925, up 4.3%. After 6 consecutive weeks of net outflows, US spot Ethereum ETFs recorded nearly 100 million of inflows yesterday. One publicly listed mining entity now controls approximately 3% of total ETH supply. The structural bleeding appears to have slowed down. Level to watch, sustaining and trading above 2,900 opens a credible path towards 3,500 in the near term. Solana, current price $136, up 5.1%. US spot Solana ETFs continue to register consistent daily inflows with 0 recorded outflows, a sign of institutional conviction. Key levels: $130 support. A decisive break and close above $150 would target $180 in the subsequent leg. In summary, extreme fear is obvious, and the overhang from MicroStrategy potentially being removed from some indices in 2026 is bearish. To gain a bounce over the coming days and weeks, we do have multiple scheduled catalysts, being the implementation of the US Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, termination of Federal Reserve quantitative tightening on the 1st of December, continued expansion of spot ETF product suites. That concludes your market update for the 26th of November 2025. Please see the description on YouTube and Spotify for more information. Remain disciplined, stay informed. Thank you for listening to the Leap Podcast.